In a quiet little town, there lived a man named Thomas and his loyal dog, Baxter. Thomas was a kind-hearted animal lover and had been a proud dog owner for years. Baxter, a beautiful and gentle golden retriever, had been with Thomas since he was just a puppy. The two were inseparable and shared a bond that was nothing short of extraordinary. One sunny afternoon, Thomas decided to take Baxter for a walk in the nearby forest. They were both enjoying the fresh air, the chirping of the birds, and the beauty of nature. Thomas, being an experienced hiker, knew the area like the back of his hand. However, he was not aware that a group of researchers had recently set up a temporary camp in the forest to study the local flora and fauna. As they walked deeper into the woods, Baxter caught a whiff of an unusual scent. His curiosity piqued, he tugged on the leash, wanting to explore further. Thomas, trusting his dog's instincts, decided to let Baxter lead the way. Unbeknownst to them, they were venturing into the research area, and Baxter's fascination with the scent was not without reason. The researchers had brought with them a unique species of plant, the tear flower, which emitted an odor that attracted certain animals. As the name suggested, the tear flower caused animals to produce tears when they came into close contact with it. As Baxter pulled Thomas deeper into the forest, the scent of the tear flower became stronger, and Baxter grew more excited. Suddenly, the leash slipped out of Thomas's grasp, and Baxter bolted forward. Thomas called out to Baxter, but the dog was too focused on the scent to listen. Panicked, Thomas tried to catch up, but the forest floor was uneven and treacherous. He stumbled and fell, hitting his head on a rock, which left him unconscious. Baxter, upon realizing that Thomas was no longer with him, immediately turned back to find his beloved owner. As Baxter retraced his steps, he encountered the tear flower, and the effect was instantaneous. The golden retriever's eyes welled up with tears, and he couldn't understand why. He knew he had to get back to Thomas, but the strange sensation of tears in his eyes made it hard to see and navigate the forest. Meanwhile, Thomas had been found by the researchers, who had been alerted to the commotion. They quickly tended to him, and he regained consciousness. However, Thomas's first concern was for his lost companion. He explained the situation to the researchers and, despite the pain in his head, insisted on searching for Baxter. The researchers, feeling responsible, decided to help Thomas. They equipped themselves with their gear and embarked on a mission to find Baxter. As the sun began to set, the forest turned into a labyrinth of shadows, making the search even more challenging. Back at the research camp, one of the researchers discovered a GPS tracker that they had attached to a few animals as part of their study. Realizing that the tracker could help locate Baxter, they quickly synced it with their equipment and began scanning the area. Baxter, who had been wandering the forest, tired and disoriented, suddenly heard a faint sound. It was the gentle hum of the GPS tracker. The dog, sensing that it could lead him to Thomas, followed the noise. With each step, the sound grew louder, and Baxter's hope grew stronger. At the same time, the researchers had picked up Baxter's signal on their GPS device. They radioed Thomas, who was searching in a different part of the forest, to inform him of the discovery. Thomas, with his heart racing with anticipation, made his way to the location where the researchers had detected the signal. He knew that he was getting closer to finding his best friend. As Thomas and the researchers converged on the spot, they noticed Baxter standing in a small clearing, his eyes still filled with tears. The moment Baxter saw Thomas, he began to whimper and wag his tail. Despite the disorientation from the tear flower's effect, he knew that he had finally found his beloved owner. Thomas, overjoyed to see Baxter, rushed forward and embraced him. The emotional reunion between the man and his dog was a sight to behold. The researchers, touched by the scene, couldn't help but feel their hearts swell with happiness. Baxter's tears continued to flow, but now they were tears of joy. Thomas, noticing the dog's strange condition, asked the researchers about the cause. They explained the unique properties of the tear flower and how it had affected Baxter. Feeling responsible for the ordeal, the researchers offered to help treat Baxter and ensure that there were no lasting effects from the tear flower. They took the duo back to their camp, where they administered an antidote to neutralize the plant's influence on Baxter. Within minutes, Baxter's eyes cleared up, and he was back to his usual cheerful self. Thomas thanked the researchers profusely for their help in finding and treating Baxter. In return, the researchers expressed their gratitude for the opportunity to witness such an incredible bond between a man and his dog. They were inspired by the love and loyalty that Thomas and Baxter shared and decided to incorporate their observations into their research. In the end, Thomas and Baxter left the forest, grateful for their adventure and the unexpected friendship they had formed with the researchers. The duo's incredible journey and emotional reunion served as a reminder of the unbreakable bond between humans and their animal companions. The story of Thomas and Baxter soon spread far and wide, reaching millions of people through YouTube. It touched the hearts of viewers across the globe, teaching them about the power of love, loyalty, and friendship. And it all began with a lost dog who, when he saw who was standing in front of him, began to shed tears. And that, dear viewers, brings us to the end of the heartwarming tale of Thomas and Baxter. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Remember, the bond between humans and their pets is truly special. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Until next time, take care and cherish the moments with your furry friends.